We overheard it a little bit there, Jordan. You mentioned number 10. What was what were you trying to do off the tee, and then kind of what ended up happening from there?
Yeah, so the idea was to hit a 3-wood over the left bunker into those trees, and I mean for real.
Yeah.
And you can get stymied and not have a shot, and if that's the case, you have to just kind of punch it forward, but that angle is the best angle to be chipping into the green from, and it was blowing pretty hard, so I knew I needed to kind of hook it in order to get it over that bunker, and so I went a little left to where I wanted, ended up in one of those spots that was not ideal because the palm tree happened to be right in the line I wanted to go, but ended up choosing to go to the left side of it and actually kind of almost cut it out of the rough from about 60 yards, and that shot was the shot of the day for me. That could have easily been a 5, and it turned out to be a 3.
And then just compared to the years you've played here now a decent amount in terms of difficulty. You mentioned a few more 68s could be pretty stout. Is this about as firm and dry as you've seen it?
Yeah, I think it's about as firm and fast as I've seen the greens from Tuesday through Thursday. And then on the back 9 today, as we started to the sun was kind of shining in on the greens as you're walking up, they started to get that kind of that shininess and that almost like color change where you had to really float the ball into the green if you wanted it to stop fast versus being able to kind of take more dead aim on Poana a lot of times. That 15th hole, that second shot into there, unless you hit this high hook and land it 5 short, you have almost no chance of a short birdie putt. So later this afternoon. So, and then 18, I hit a wedge out of the fairway and it went 12 yards after it landed. So those kind of shots you start to pay attention to, and fortunately, I think tomorrow afternoon, they try and make it the same as this afternoon, but being able to play in the morning could be an advantage tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, this recent run of success, what are you taking out of that right now, even though the final result hasn't been what you wanted?
Yeah, the final result for me is how does it feel? Did I make progress? It's not the position. I certainly wanted to win when I was in position last week with a couple shot lead and things feeling better than the week before, but in no way am I sitting here saying, it feels as good as it has in some of my best, most consistent years of ball striking, but it's working its way that way, and to be able to kind of play patient golf and kind of pick spots and trust these swings in situations where I've got some scar tissue as I roll around places from the years past, and I really like the progress that's being made. So I'm just trying to I'm trying to get better and better. I'm not looking at what I'm doing right now as final as far as the last couple weeks, there's a next level that I'm searching for.
Can you, just one last one for me, can you just characterize what the battle has been like since your last win, trying to find these things, obviously, which now they're starting to come back to you, but just the level of patience that it's taken for you, and how much of a kind of inner battle that maybe is. Right?
Sure, it's kind of the first time in my life where I've had a significant dip in success. I'd kind of been a nice uptick every single year, and and so just kind of learning how to deal with that and doing it and having to do it in such a public way, is very difficult. Can sometimes present even more challenges, but at the same time, the idea is to get to the bottom of it, turn it around, make progress each day, and recognize that that's the past, and I can use it as having some scar tissue and use it to my advantage going forward. But ultimately, I'm just in the same search that everybody else is that steps on the first tee, which is, feeling in really good control of the golf ball and shooting low scores. And everybody's search for that is a different path, and I'm living mine right now.
Just one, yeah. I assume you feel a sense of momentum that's generated over the last little bit. Is that true, and are you a believer in momentum? And has that been something you've been chasing? Let me get it going so I can.
Yeah, I feel some moments where I kind of hit the shot and I have that kind of step of confidence that I just, it's kind of been missing. I'm gaining confidence. I think I can use the word momentum into just gaining confidence in what I'm working on, And that kind of belief has me going to bed at night wanting to go to work tomorrow and wanting to go out there and trust what I'm doing, whether pull it off or not, just to make progress. It gets me really excited about playing golf, and for me that makes me happy. It's nice to be going to bed wanting to do what you love to do, and you get to go do it, and can't take that for granted. And I'm glad to be on this side of it right now, and I do feel that there's positive momentum right now, but if I get complacent, that's the worst thing that could happen. So it's just about pushing through. Now's the time where I work harder than ever and continue to trust what I'm doing.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Got it.